Tell you what, Commodore, another wonderful thing to see is more news coming out of Nobody Cares Sports, and what better person to deliver it than our local sports reporter, and that's you, Commodore. Now, you got a very special guest coming on the broadcast next. He's head coach up there in his first year on the Hill, as you call it, Wagner College, the program of the Seahawks. They play at Hamline Field. We were up there last year and the year before. We always love to check out homecoming. It's a great thing. All people need to check it out if you haven't been up there yet. But Commodore, what do you got on this guy, Masella, coming in here tonight?
Well, I got a lot on him. I got a lot of dirt on him. I played against him when he played in Tottenville, and I played for Curtis.
All right.
Back in the day. He's a year younger than me, so I'm older than everybody, Dan. That's exactly what happens.
I do that specifically. That's the first question I ask to all of our guests. I ask them what year they're born in, and if they say, it's after 50, I come on down.
Yeah, I was in a car with a bunch of guys the other day, and I was the youngest.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we live for today, the little things in life. But anyhow,
the nursing home.
I know Tom for 40 years. He's a good guy. He's a local here in Staten Island. He used to work the stick a little bit. He reminded me down here in a place that no longer exists, probably before your time, called Peter Piffin's.
Sure.
Yeah, well, it was back in the 80s and 90s, and things were rocking and rolling, and the wave was in business, and the Wu-Tang was just busting out.
Woo. See what I mean? Now you're going into Wu-Tang. You're all over the place, but we all appreciate you here. But Tom's in his first year up on the Hill. Where did he coach before this?
Well, he's got quite an extensive coaching resume.
He
served as the head coach at Boston University from 1996 to 1997, Central Connecticut State University from 2004 to 2005. He was also up at Fordham with the Rams from 2006 and 2007, and most recently, I don't know where he was in between them. Our stats department's not that good, but the most important job he's got right now, as far as the Commodore is concerned, is he's the new head football coach up on the Hill for the Wagner College Seahawks.
Well, I tell you what, Commodore, I can't wait to meet him, and I hope you don't spill that coffee all over this table. Joining us live on the broadcast now, the Commodore will be interviewing Wagner coach Tom Masella. Enjoy, Commodore. Come on down.
Hello there.
Hey, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing great.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming down.
No problem. It's great to be here.
Yeah.
It's not a long commute from the Hill.
No, it's not. I always say that. Yeah. In fact, when we were in high school,
sure,
I still lived over here about a quarter of a mile away, and I used to run from my house up to Wagner College and back. That was my workout.
That was a pretty good workout going up the back hill.
And the guy that lived up, was going up over St. Paul's Avenue, Oxford, and then up Howard Avenue, that 2-mile run up there that, Walt Hammerline has been running for years. I haven't seen him recently.
Well, he's quarantining right now.
Oh, okay, good.
But I used to run the old steeplechase race in the summers on Staten Island years ago. Yeah.
Wow. So you remember Eddie Day and the crew, all of those guys from the brewery? Yeah. That was good stuff. We were talking about bringing that back. It's good to chat with you. Welcome home. Welcome back.
Good to be home.
And it's good to reminisce about these things. When we first started off, as Danny said, we were covering a lot of road races on Staten Island. We had basically the Triple Crown, which was, part originally the steeplechase. It was probably the Marley Run. Right?
What was the one on 4th of July? The one through Silver Lake Park.
Pepper Martin.
The Pepper Martin. I ran in that many times.
Okay, so anyhow, we had the Triple Crown. We did that with Staten Island Track and Community, sponsored us to do that. It's fantastic. There's good footage out there, but fond memories going back to days of old. And the old Tottenville High School, the old Curtis High School is still the same. And Wagner College is still the same. My brother Eddie graduated from Wagner College back in, I'm going to say, maybe 1961.
Is that right?
Yeah, we had quite an age difference. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was going to Seahawks games back then. And I still stick my head up there and keep an eye on what's going on the Hill, as I call it. But welcome back, Coach. How's it been since you got back?
Different.
Yeah.
No, early on in December when I came back, the response was terrific. A lot of former friends, not former friends, former teammates, guys I went to school with. Just the Wagner community was so receptive to coming back, and it was such a positive feel about it that I was really, really excited to get going. And then the kids left and they didn't get back till September. So it's been a little different, but now we're back and we're starting to work out, and it's starting to feel like we're getting into the swing of things and starting to do more football. But it's great to be back on campus, and our president and the whole administration at Wagner has done a great job of keeping the school safe and people on campus right now. And they've done a terrific job, and knock on wood, it will continue.
There you go. Good job up on the hill. Keep it up. That's what we like to see. And they've also done a great job with Wagner Athletics in restoring the athletic facilities at Wagner College. It's changed a lot since back in the day when you played. Huh?
Well, I don't know if you remember the name Joe Jilts. He was the old.
I sure do.
He was the old.
He ran the hot tub up there.
He did run the hot tub, but Jiltsy, we still have a golf outing that we honored Joe, and it's a little different than when Jiltsy was the equipment guy. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
We have lockers. We have equipment. We even get two T-shirts now.
Wow.
So there's a lot of good things, and Coach Hamline has done a great job fundraising and raising the things that we need to keep building. Because right now, college football and college athletics is all about facilities, and we're going to eventually build a new football building. It's coming. It was put on hold during the pandemic, but hopefully that's going to be another added addition to the campus. So, so he's done a great job, and that's what you got to keep pushing the envelope, pushing forward with that. And certainly it's a different Wagner than when I went to school. Thank God.
Yeah. Well, it's a different world than when we went to school.
Yeah.
But looking ahead now, with the season put on hold, where are we with respect to, I always joke around on the show that spring has become fall and fall has become spring, and I hope I get it right. We all used to look forward to the green and white scrimmages up at Wagner in the spring, and I'm sure you were looking forward to that too, coming back to Staten Island. When we talked earlier, we talked that might happen in October. Is there a possibility?
Well, we're hoping to start practice. We're in workouts now. I don't know what phase it is, 1, 2, or 3, but we can have a football out there for 5 hours a week, which is a big thing for me and our staff, that we get to start to evaluate guys. And then the other is we're going to be able to hopefully do pretty much a spring practice in the fall, where you'll get 14 to 15 practices. And hopefully at the end of it, maybe we'll have a green white. I don't know if that's anything's etched in stone, but we hope to, put the pads on and play a little football down the road. And we'd end up sometime in the early November, and maybe we'll do a green white game. So there's always that possibility. But I have a calendar that's in pencil, and it gets erased each and every day. And we just take it day by day. We have a schedule, but things change, and it's changed, and now we're back on track doing football. So we're excited.
So the Miami Hurricanes are playing football. You are supposed to play in Miami, and I believe they're ranked pretty well right now. I think we missed
a Hurricane. I've watched them the last couple of times, and I said, maybe we dodged a bullet. I'm not sure, but we were supposed to go down there the September 12th and play the Hurricanes, and our kids love those games.
They like to play up.
They like to play up. Every kid who plays 1AA football loves to play up. People always worry whether you're going to have injuries or not. That's the one game you don't worry about because they play so hard.
Right.
And they're all jacked up to go play. And our kids were excited to play that one. Unfortunately, it didn't come to pass, but we have 2 next year. I think we have Temple on the schedule and UMass on the schedule. So
those are 2 big teams.
Yeah. So and then Syracuse comes on the schedule down the road. That's what kind of our program's known for now. We were one of the first teams locally to start playing those type of games, and our kids love them. They love them. They almost beat UConn last year.
Right. Yeah, they really couple games.
They enjoy it, and I think this year though that Miami game would have been tough after watching them the other night. So. So maybe in one way we dodged the bullet, or I dodged the bullet. Not our guys. Maybe I dodged the bullet.
So tell us, how's recruiting going nowadays?
Yeah, that's a great question. Unfortunately, right now we're in what they call a dead period that doesn't allow us to get off campus or kids to come on campus and speak with us, face to face. I feel bad for the high school seniors, because I think this is going to be difficult as we move forward. But we've really just concentrated on the metropolitan area. We've offered kids on Staten Island. We have one young man who's committed from the island. I can't give you his name out for NCAA, But we've offered quite a few kids from the New York, New Jersey area in Connecticut, and but we've had to put it on pause right now till we figure out what the NCAA is going to do, what the NEC is going to do,
right,
and what Wagner College is going to do in regards to scholarships. So,
right, that's going to take a lot of time to sort out, I guess, and it's also, I guess, the New York State, New York City restrictions, do they come into play affecting Wagner College as a whole?
Well, I think in the general sense, we have to follow the rules and regulations that the state has put forward, right now. So they just opened our weight room. There's number limits and limitations that way. So it's made us be more creative.
Oh, yeah. Get the weights out in the parking lot.
Yeah. We've done some creative. Our meetings all take place underneath the stadium because it's a bigger area and it's an open area. So
great view.
Yeah, it is. So we've had to be creative in the ways we're going about getting as much football in as possible. The weight room just opened up, in fact, today for our kids. So we just
I see kids running now. I see kids running up there along Howard Avenue.
It's funny. I come up and I when we were suspended for a couple of weeks, our kids were running the hills, and it was unsolicited. It was great to see. I'd honk the
horn, workout,
give them the wave, and I said, "I'll see you." But our kids have been resilient and they've thought of ways to stay in shape, and they've done a good job of it. So we just got to keep plugging forward, and hopefully we're going to get back to some type of normalcy in our world where we're playing games and not worrying about staying one step ahead of this virus. So hopefully that's going to happen soon.
Most importantly is, protect your own space. Everybody's got to take care of their health and get it done. And we're certainly on board with that at Nobody Cares Sports Show. But looking forward to the spring, there's going to be a lot of things going on. I mean, let's say football's going on. You have baseball going on. You have lacrosse going on. You have girls field hockey going on. You're going to have probably basketball going on. You're going to have hockey going on. You're going to have tiddlywinks, handball, and just about every sport you can imagine blowing up all at once. And I said on the Commodore's quarters the other day, the athletic director's job is going to be insane.
Oh, he's going to have his hands full. We don't have a lot of field space up there. So everybody wants the field and wants use of the field. So our field might be going 24/7, and he's got his hands full. They've done a great job of managing everything, but it's going to be interesting with everybody playing, and hopefully it will be exciting that we're getting back to normalcy.
Well, we figure us here at Nobody Cares Sports Show are going to be awfully busy in the spring. I don't know. We're going to be taking applications from everywhere and doing stuff like that, but we're really looking forward to it. Now, is there a possibility we could see a shortened schedule for the NEC or for Wagner?
That's
in the spring?
That's what the plan is. Obviously, the presidents of our league have got to vote on that. I think they'll make that decision down the road. But all indications, the NCAA and 1AA football, they're going to be playing a fall championship in the spring.
There you go, folks.
So, and hopefully we're a part of it. We'll play a 7 or 8 game schedule. Maybe we'll play one of those games that are up. There's room for one.
Good.
If we can arrange that. But nothing's been confirmed yet. But that's what we're planning and gearing towards, is that we're going to be playing spring football. And I tell our guys, be great to win 2 rings in 21, So
hey, why not? Good luck, Coach.
Let's go play.
We certainly hope that you do win a couple of rings. I've always wanted to see good football up on the hill. I remember as a kid going up through the Toad Hill project back in the day and sneaking underneath the fence and catching balls and then taking off and having a ball to play with down on Jackson Street.
There you go.
That's the way we rolled back then. So listen, it's a Stonehenge of Staten Island. It's a fine learning institution. They do a tremendous amount of things up there at Wagner College. The girls program alone and the girls, not just the girls basketball, the girls softball teams, they're tremendous athletes. They're very competitive. The football team has been on the rise. Coach, there's a couple of names. I'm not good with names, but when I looked over the coaching roster in years past, I saw a couple of guys that had some NFL experience up there. You have still that caliber coach up there with you on the hill?
Well, we have, and we have those type of players. Terrence Knighton is on our staff, played 9 years in the NFL. And this past year, we have 4 players from Wagner playing in the NFL.
That's tremendous.
There's 4 signed, couple signed up in Canada. So, there's talent up there. We don't have the talent of the 1A programs, but 2 of our guys are playing right now. Another one won a Super Bowl ring last year, and Greg Stinnett. And,
Greg's a great kid.
Cam Gill's playing with Tampa Bay. He's the one. There was an article on the internet where he knocked down Brady during preseason camp.
Yeah,
didn't go. It wasn't real positive.
Didn't go over well.
But anyway, it tells you what type of player Cam.
No such thing as bad press.
No, it wasn't. And the great thing about it is, even with that, he made the roster and he's on the Bucs. So Chris Williams is with the Colts. So
that's good stuff.
It's good stuff. We got a lot of good things.
That's intriguing. And I don't know the answer to this. Maybe you do. And I don't even know if there is an answer. But I see that coming out of Wagner College. Just keeping an eye on what's going on. I see a kid like Greg Sinat going out there and going on to the pros. And you had another kid as a linebacker that went. And the guys you mentioned.
Stafford is now in his eighth or ninth year. Yeah.
These kids are coming out of the NEC, people. If you don't think they're playing real football in the Northeast Conference here, they are. These young men are going off to the NFL and representing, Staten Island, Wagner College in their hometowns. We should be proud of them, and we should support these kids up on the hill. Come out and watch a football game when we can and support the students. What I was trying to figure out is with all of these kids going, I always looked at Wagner and said, well, shouldn't Wagner be super? Shouldn't you have a great record with all of these kids going out?
Yeah, that's a great question.
And just it's a tough question. I said I wouldn't ask you a tough question.
No, go right ahead.
But that's my one tough question.
Well, I think last year, was not a good year for us. And obviously that's why there's, coaching changes. Expectations were pretty high. And for whatever reason, the year just didn't go well. And after the UConn game, you would have said Wagner's going to have a heck of a year. But it didn't go well. Sometimes that happened. Haas, the former coach, is a great guy, great coach. Just didn't work out. So my role in coming is to rebuild a little bit of the tradition there and reestablish what the guidelines are going to be for our program. And the goal is to win. It's not to win 5 years from now. It's to win this year And we have enough talent to win football games. And we have enough talent to be very, very competitive. And right now we're kind of feeling through who the quarterback's going to be. And that's football. If you have a quarterback, you got a chance. And we still have some work in that area because a couple of our quarterbacks aren't on campus. The quarterbacks we do have on campus now are just learning our offense. So, but there's talent there. We have some kids that will have an opportunity to play in the NFL in the future. And the big thing is to bring back the people in this area and get them up to football games to watch our players play.
Well, we're going to try and help you do that.
That's I want it to be rocking and rolling on that hill when we play at home and make it a tough place to go play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And we had that years ago, and we had that in 2012 when I was there the last time with Nick Dosher and that crew from Staten Island. So we got to get that going again. And,
well, there we go.
So that's the goal, and I think we'll have the opportunity to do that.
We want to bring back Saturday Night Lights up on the hill. Beautiful facility, great program, a lot of tradition, new coach, former Staten Islander, Tom Masella. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's great to be back.
I tell you what, Commodore, wasn't a half bad interview. Thanks, Coach.